In this lesson, we'll continue the street material. We'll distribute the texture. Let's start with the straight lines. To create more lines, just duplicate the group. I will make more than one line in one place, so it looks more natural. I will also adjust the opacity, so it looks like some lines are more fresh and some are older. Then, let's add line changing marks the same way. You can also mirror them. Let's save the file and check how it looks in 3ds Max. Looking good so far. Let's add turning marks. Let's add some straight lines here as well. Save the image and check the progress again. I will add some more lines here. There is too much white space. I will actually delete these lines as the connection looks weird. I will make some final tweaks. Now we have to save all the textures. Start with the first one. Then we have to turn off all the layers and turn on the next ones, in my case the normal textures. Follow these steps for all the other textures. I'll make a cut here and come back when everything is saved. I will duplicate the mask layers a couple of times to make them fully white. I will show you how to create a layered material in a simple scene with basic textures, so it's easier to understand. Later, you can just replace the tire track textures. To be able to work easily with polygon textures, you can download their script from the website. This way, you don't have to create a material from scratch every time. I will put the link below the video. Now, it's a good idea to keep it on the toolbar panel, but always have it close. To do this, go to Customize, Customize User Interface, choose Toolbars, and look for Polygon category. Drag and drop this to the toolbar. Click on the icon and we'll open the Polygon Material Converter. We'll start with the tire track material. Choose the root folder where you have your downloaded textures. We can add the folder and select here what size we want. 6K will be good enough. And here you can choose the render engine. I choose Corona, but if you're using V-Ray, choose V-Ray Renderer. We can select this option so the UVs will be adjusted from each map type to match the texture dimensions. Load material. Great. Open the material editor and scroll down to the temporary library and drag and drop the material. Awesome! We have the whole structure of the snow tire track material done. Let's apply it to the plane. Let's go inside the color map. You can see that we have the tiling set up here. Let's add UVW map modifier. And here is why it's cool to have these dimensions, so we can easily set the mapping correctly. So we need to type 300 centimeters to 300 centimeters and all will be good. Let's turn on the visibility of the map. Here we go. Let me show you how it looks on the render. Nice depth, isn't it? Let's go back to the Polygon script and let's import another material as well. I will use another material from Polygon and use it for the white spaces. I will put the link below the video. The procedure is exactly the same. Choose the folder. Leave only the size of the textures you want. Don't forget to check the Confirm UV map to image dimensions. Load material. drag and drop new material to the material editor. Nice! Now let's turn off the alpha map from opacity, and let's create a corona layered material. I show you what material to use in V-Ray. I need to change the render engine for a moment. Okay, so in V-Ray, you'll need to choose V-Ray Blend material. So everything is pretty similar, just naming is different. So we have code materials and blend amounts instead of layers and masks. The base material is the same. Okay, so I go back to the Corona renderer. Okay, so I use the first material as a base material, alpha map from it will be our mask. And at the end, let's connect the second material to the layer 1 slot. And let's apply this newly created material to the surface. And let's start rendering. Now, you can notice that the material works opposite than we wanted. We can simply change it by inverting output in the alpha map. Here we go. Now it looks good. Let's turn off the displacement map from both materials for a moment to work on some details. But first, let's change the map channel in all maps from the second material to 2. And let's add another UVW map modifier. We can simply copy the previous one. Remember to change the map channel here as well. And this time, we need to set the length and width to 150 centimeters to make it look realistic. Now look here. We have this white strip from the first map, but it looks unnatural, so we need to fix it. We want to have the second material here, so let's move the composite that we have plugged to the diffuse slot close to the composite from the first material. We'll blend them together. Let's choose the composite map from the general panel. This map will be our layer 1. Now let's add one more layer and add another map to the layer 2 slot. And now let's choose the correct blend mode. I always scroll through them to find the best fit. Okay, I think the spotlight works the best. Actually, I think hard light will be better. Let's plug it into the diffuse slot. Let's check how it looks on the render. Okay, I don't think it works perfectly. Let's check options one more time. Okay, darken works great. We can move maps back to make everything clean and easily understandable. Again, we'll use the composite map. The first map should be plugged into the layer 1 slot. Add a new layer and plug it into the layer 2 slot. And finally, let's use the alpha map as a mask for layer 2. Now let's add the displacement modifier. For the corona, we'll choose the corona displacement mode, and for V-Ray, choose the V-Ray displacement mode. Okay, copy the map to the custom slot. And let's increase the max level to 3 centimeters. And let's render. Okay, let's increase it even more, 15 centimeters. So you can see that now it's too much on the tire track part. What we can do is to change the opacity of the first map, but it doesn't give us too much control. The map is mixed with black, so we have these weird holes where the tire tracks are in the asphalt. Not good, right? I will choose the mix map and plug the first displacement map into the color 1 slot. Then I plug it into the layer 1 slot. So now we'll be mixing the map with white. So we can notice that the tire track part has been flattered. So the lower the value, the lower the tire tracks are. So if we want to have them flat, we need to go to higher values. So I think we can go for somewhere around 75. Okay, nice. I like it. But now I would like to have more snow. Can we change it? Sure we can. We can control it by color. So if we go to black, we have these weird holes. But when you go towards more gray colors, this distance is lowering. So in real life, when the car creates the tire tracks, they will make the fresh snow flatten. To achieve this effect, we can set something around 230. So we have a bit more snow on top. Plus, we have these tire tracks created. Now, you just have to replace tire tracks textures with the custom maps we have created in Photoshop. That's it. See you in the next lesson.